Welcome to Leading Business Elixir, the place to be for bold and purposeful women leaders. My name is Marta Duda, and I am your host. My aim for this podcast is to inspire you with timeless wisdom, transformational stories, and profitable business tips so you can define and act on your unique why without fear of failure. I am honored to share with you experience and knowledge from today's guest. Our teacher for today is my lovely and gorgeous Denise, serenity expert and positive intelligence specialist. Denise is the founder of Denise in Motion Coaching. She's a serenity expert and positive intelligence specialist. Her 40 years of meditation practice and her innate nature to look for the gift in everything around her allows her to guide her clients to new levels that were inaccessible for them before. Wow, that sounds amazing. Please help me welcome to the show our lovely Denise. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Marta. That's a pleasure to be here with you. I appreciate the invite.
I'm so happy, Denise, to have you here. Let me just ask these important questions for myself, but also for our listeners. What is the message you would like to share with us today?
Well, my message, wow, that's a big question in a nutshell. My message is don't worry, be happy, and it's all good. That's my favorite cup, and that's my thing that I say all the time about life. It's all good. You don't have to worry about life. It's all going to sort itself out.
That is amazing. It's so close to my heart as well. I think we all know why it's so important those days, but if you don't mind sharing with our listeners why this message is so important.
Absolutely. The reason why it's so important is I've been through lots of ordeals in my life. I call that hurdles. Like life goes on, and sometimes you hit a bump in the road, or you have a stick coming into your wheels, and it derive you from where you're going. It stops you from realizing the goal you wanted to achieve. Or it could be as simple as, a car accident, or, you lose your wallet, who knows what, right? But then what can you do about something that happened 10 seconds ago? Nothing. I mean, you can't do anything to change what happened in the past. So why people get so upset and angry and screaming and yelling and all that? Because you can't change it. So if you cannot change it, why put all that negative energy inside of you that will make you feel even worse? So that's why I always say it's all good. Then the reason why it's that is because, okay, something bad happened, and I realize situations sometimes are horrible, but now look for solution. Look for a way to deal with your grief. Look for a way to deal with your ordeal or whatever happened, instead of being in the negative emotion. Try to look at the good side of it, or how to overcome that bad thing. Do you understand the difference, Marta?
I do understand. Living in the space of the past, from whatever you are saying and my understanding, like you said, it's not really changing anything. But for some of the reasons, we are just doing that. But I will take it even further. You said it, but I will just paraphrase it. Take the lesson out of the past, make something good with it,
Yeah.
and carry on. But I would like also ask you about the future, because from my perspective, it's also creating a fear of the
Yeah.
unknown.
Yes,
Can
absolutely.
I just pick up your brain on this topic?
Of course, of course. And dealing with the future is the same thing, because regardless of, we can forecast the weather. I live in Vancouver, British Columbia, and what we say here is that, you want to know what's the weather forecast? Look outside. Oh, it's raining. It's going to rain today. It's going to rain, right? It's raining, because the forecasting your future is just like the weather. It's just like the weather living by the ocean. You never know what's going to come at you. You never know what can change. You never know. So, and what you think about, you attract. So wouldn't you rather attract something beautiful and positive instead of something negative, and the negative things that you're thinking about when you think about the future? So most of the time I would work on seeing the future the way I would love it to be. I would go and see the future on how my feeling would feel like whenever we move forward into when I move forward into my life. So I'm rarely in the negative thinking. It's like, oh, that's gonna go so bad. That's gonna crash. Oh, that I'm not gonna get that job, or I'm not gonna get that interview, or I'm not good enough, or that's never gonna give me an interview. But if you think the other way around, wow, I'm really positioned to have a great job, or I'm really positioned to have a great situation coming at me, and I can feel it, I can see myself succeeding. So that's how the future can be changed. And again, it's all good. It's all about what you think about. The future, you can create it. You attract what you think about.
I didn't expect that we will have such a similar life concept. So I will dig about it a bit deeper.
Yeah.
I love, and I feel that so badly. It is really bold statement, and I feel and I believe, and I'm meeting so many people, especially women, and I know that you are looking after businesswomen. So let's chat about it a bit. How can we really help them in the situation when they are, for example, with their businesses? It's not really safe outside. The fear of the past is still somewhere behind our head. We don't really know what will happen in tomorrow. It was a bit safer for this global pandemic project
Yeah.
we are experiencing, and we are still here. We don't know where that will go, and we can actually um, we can actually so from this perspective, I can see and feel that the only thing we can be sure of is like now. It's like today.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind sharing something about this topic, which is women in their businesses,
Yeah.
because that you are specializing in that, so I would love to hear some wisdom from you,
Thank you.
Denise.
Yes, it's my pleasure. Good question. For women in business, dare to be great, dare to be amazing, believe in yourself, don't put yourself down, and most of all, have self-compassion for yourself. Because I feel that we are lacking self-compassion for ourselves. We are putting ourselves down. If we're sick, we say, oh, I gotta suck it up. I gotta do it no matter what. But if we were talking to a girlfriend of ours and she was sick and she had to do things, she would say, just take some time, find somebody else to do this, or find somebody else to do that, or delegate. If it's not your strength, or if you things happen in your life, if you fail in some ways, forgive yourself, have self-compassion, and be loving and caring towards yourself. Don't hit yourself with a stick constantly for your failure, but celebrate your greatness, celebrate the little win. Every little win will stack up and build a great business and a great future. Furthermore, when you are working on your business, just don't be afraid to ask for help. You don't have to do it all. And believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. And if you need help, ask for it. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here to assist you, to build your positive mindset, to look for solution, to look for ways to get out of your stickiness. It's like a sticky dough and your feet are in it and you can't step out, like a bubble gum, right? Like you step on the bubble gum, it's like, I can't get it out, but I have a special ingredient to pull you out of it. And then you can step forward. And that's why my business name is In Motion Coaching, because all you have to do is little changes. I give the example of two lines that are parallel side by side, and they're going the same direction. And if one of the line is changed just a tiny bit, like a 1% angle, as you move forward, that's going to go in a total different direction. So sometimes the changes don't have to be enormous. You don't have to change everything when something doesn't go right. You just do little adjustment, little tiny adjustment. And eventually you will gear yourself into a direction where you will be a lot more successful. You will move forward. You'll be happy with your life, with your business, with your family, with your relationship. You know, because we feel that we have to be perfect everywhere and we have great expectation for us. So self-compassion, little changes, and just be confident that you will succeed. You're a rock star.
Yeah, woohoo! I like that. I didn't expect that you would go so, directly to the point. I love that message. I love that message because this compassion is so aligned with me. And what I've noticed, and I think that will be like a root, and it will wrap up what you say, that we are just quite often supposed to be detaching from think we are, or others see us, so the masks, the roles. And it's very profound because it's very close to my topic I love and share, which is finding the why. And when we are aligned with that, it's just the magic is happening in our life, but also in our businesses. And that it is huge, really. So,
and if I can add just one little thing.
Yes, please.
Don't be afraid to be imperfect, because I don't want to do business with somebody that's super perfect and like 10 out of 10, because then I can't relate. People want you to be reliable. People want you to be relatable. People want you to be, they can recognize themselves into you, but you are a bit higher. And you're good enough, because if you're here, if you're like, let's say at 4 feet tall, not height, but imagine if you're just listening to audio and then your clients are at 3 feet tall, you can help people that are between 3 and 4. You can help people that are 5 and 6 and 7, but you can help people below you. And as you grow, you'll be at 10. And then you can help people that are below you. And maybe the 15, 16, you can help them, but you can help all the ones that are below you. There's always going to be people that are going to look up to you and play that card. I can help so many people in your business, whoever's listening now. Don't put yourself down comparing yourself to those that are 10, 15, 20. You can look up to become these people, but don't say, oh, I'm not good enough. Look at Oprah, like Marta could say, oh, I can't do this because like Oprah, I'm so much not as good as Oprah. But Marta is
but I've got a dream I have to share with you.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, one of my dreams actually is to meet her, which is meet opera.
Yeah,
So just like, coaching in a sport, ladies and gentlemen,
exactly.
which is, uh, thank you for that, because it's one of my dreams to meet
It's
her.
to aim towards it. Yeah,
Exactly. So I admire what is she doing,
yeah,
rather than, oh God, she's so great. I just never will be like her. So it's
exactly. Yeah.
such a difference. Thank you for bringing that up, because
You're very welcome.
that's huge. Yeah, it's changing the perspective. And then I can feel this fire in me. I would like to, join her, do something with that, and this
Yeah,
energy
absolutely.
is coming, and it's different. It's just like having this fear and the passion to do it, and it's so simple. I would love to share your thoughts about it, but from my perspective, it's like an internal work rather than
Hmm.
going and looking for something to
Oh,
fix me.
it's actually all internal work because it's the mindset. One thing that I work with my clients is the I call that the saboteurs. It's these are the
Ooh.
voices that you hear in your mind, and those voices are the one that are controlling you. They're the one that are telling you the lies. They're all liars. The judge and the saboteurs. They're just filling your head with lies and negative thinking. And sometimes we feel, yeah, but I need that to push me, to make me greater. But in the end, you won't be happy. You will it's almost like getting hit in order to move forward. You will move forward, but you'll be sore. But if you go more in a positive mindset and you move with love and you move with energy, positive energy, and foreseeing the future and having dreams and having feelings about your dreams and seeing yourself succeeding, changing your mindset, changing the way you see life and think, you will be a lot happier and you will have greater success because happiness and positive thinking will take you a lot further than a
Mm.
stick and negative thinking.
I will also add to is this perfectionist. If we are just perfect, there is no space for grow. We've just finished something, but it's just like we can't really improve on it. But I've noticed that moving, just like your coaching, um, so create the space for improvement when we are doing it. So learning as we go. I believe it's just taking that emotional baggage from my
Mm-hmm.
shoulders, for example, that I'm really allowed to be not correct, to have this, thing.
We all
mm,
have fault. We all
Yeah,
have,
that's right. But then we
downside. We
can we
all
can
get
grow, and
sad.
that's huge because you can. Um, I will pick on with just whatever said. Denise, for our listeners, how did your journey really started with this topic? And going forward, if you can share maybe a mistake or an error which actually wake up you, or you can share with us. I will, if it's too much, I will come back to it.
No, that's good. What I feel is a mistake that I've done is it goes right in hands with what you said, waiting to be perfect. Oh, that I'm not ready yet, like comparing myself to others, waiting to be perfect, waiting for the right time, waiting for um, having more experience, waiting for who knows what. Like, just get started. As I mentioned earlier, just make 1%. Like, imagine if you're like, I give examples sometimes to people
Yes,
people
please.
that want to walk more often, right? So it's just an example, but that applies with everything. If you were to do, you say, I don't have the energy to walk. And I say, okay, can you walk 1 minute? And then, of course, I can walk 1 minute. I say, okay, walk 1 minute. Tomorrow, can you add 1 minute? They say, yeah, 1 minute. It's nothing. Okay, walk 2 minutes. Can you? And then the third day, can you walk 3 minutes? Yeah, of course. I mean, I can walk 3 minutes. So if every day you add 1 minute, at the end of the year, you can walk for 365 minutes and uninterrupted, because every day you add a little bit. It's just a question now, at that time, a year later, is to have the time to walk for 365 minutes, because that's a lot of time. But energetically, you can do it. Because, and it's the same thing, if you put 1%, if you move a project 1%, you put 1% of energy into your project today, and tomorrow you put another 1%, within 100 days, you'll have finished that project. So bite size.
And I think it's huge, Denise, because actually we are end of the year recording this episode, mid of December 2021. And that is huge, because the new year is starting. And before we will then wrap up, if you don't mind sharing some tips for our listeners for the new year.
Well, there's that saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So you're going to set up goals. You're going to set up like, oh, this year, by the end of the year, I want to have this and that and that and that. And then January come, and then you're like, oh, that's okay, I still have 11 months to go, right? I can do it. And then February come, oh, that's okay, I still have 10 months to go, and March, and so on. And then come September, it's like, oh my goodness, I haven't accomplished my goal. So what I would suggest is create bite-sized goals. Get yourself like a 3 months. There's a book, actually, it's called The 12-Week Year. And I go by that, The 12-Week Year. So look it up, people, by Brian P. Moran. And it teaches you to set 3 months goals at a time. And that allows you to, after 3 months, you're allowed to set new goals.
So like revise them.
Yeah, or you say, well, that didn't work.
Doable. And so you can actually have a new year every 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, you celebrate every 3 months. You go and celebrate the success. That. And then, okay, let's go again. Because if you consider 1 week out of 12, it's like, wow, I only have 11 weeks to go. I really want to ramp up my days and working. But if you say I have 11 months to go, it's like so far out that you lose interest, you lose the chemistry. But 3 months is fast. You can do a 90-day run. You hear that all the time when people set goals. Okay, we'll do a 90-day run. We'll not run as running, but like a 90-day project. Okay, let's get that done in 100 days. Or that's why they talk in the president in the United States. They say the first 100 days. Where is that? Well, it's like the first 90 days, but 100 sounds better. So what have they accomplished in the first 100 days? Because it's like, okay, how did you get started? How did you get moving? If they didn't have that, it's possible then 6 months later, they would not have accomplished as much, because they know they need to perform in their first 100 days. So that's the same thing for your business. So the 3 weeks, the 12-week year, I suggest that you go look that up. And just bite-size goal, not like I'm going to make $1 million this year. Okay, that's fantastic. So that's 250,000 in 3 months. Go get it. It's a lot easier to think 250,000 than $1 million.
Mm-hmm. And also what I've noticed is just for some of us, it's better to actually be in and like the 12 months goal setting, because we are just getting started, for example, after 10 months, and then we've got 2 months left and we are just not doing anything.
Yeah, and often people give up within the first 2 months, right? They let's say workout or eating better or exercising. People like, forget it.
And I will use the same analogy you've said, which is when the goal is too big, like an elephant, just bite
at a time.
I like that.
And that's 1%. You just do 1%. You just start. And that's why in motion coaching, just get started. Just little things. And when I work with my clients, that's what I do. I say, what is the one thing that you could do this week that no matter what, you will realize it, and that will move you forward into your business, into your life, into whatever you want to achieve. And then we set that mini goal. and then I say, how can I keep you accountable for that? Like, is there anything I can do? And let's talk about it in a week, and let's get it done. And then we'll review that next week, what worked, what didn't work. And if it worked, congratulations. Did you do more? Yes, I did. Even better, congratulations. Because once you get started, you just keep going. Somebody, you tell them, go walk 1 minute, they'll walk 5, right?
Yeah, if they like what they do, and I think
Yeah,
that's huge. Right. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And we could be talking and talking for
I
hours.
think so.
But Denise, if somebody would like to follow you, get in touch with you, I
Mhm.
will definitely link your details into the description underneath
Yeah.
the episode. But for those who are listening to us only, what would be the best contact?
I think it's just to go on my website, which is my name, Denise, Denise, Belisle, B like Bob, Belisle. So denisebelisle.com. And you get all the information there on how to reach me, book an appointment with me, and find out more about your saboteurs and your judge, and how to
Ooh,
we have an assessment that you can do, and then find out who are your top saboteurs. So that's a very fun assessment, and then we can have a talk about that afterwards and see if I could be of some help to quiet down those little buggers.
thank you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I will definitely link the assessment, the website, the contact details to yourself, Denise.
Thank you.
Let's do it. I really appreciate your time, your
Thank you, Marta. It was a pleasure to be
incredible,
here.
incredible knowledge, experience, and I will love to recommend Denise to you if you are listening, maybe watching at the moment. Do something good with your 2022.
Yes. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Marta.
Thank you for today, Denise. Thank you for your time. And for our lovely listeners, my name is Marta Duda, and I was your host for today. The podcast's aim is to inspire you with timeless wisdom, transformational stories, and profitable business tips so you can define and act on your unique why without fear of failure. I can't wait to the next episode. Hope to see you soon and enjoy the rest of your day.